We are live for the third time today, about to be fourth time here in about 28 minutes. I'm going to be going live with Mark Lobliner for Evening Rants. We're going to talk about the topics of the day. If you want to check that out, check it out on Evening Rants Rumble, Evening Rants YouTube, or if you're already watching it at the MFing watching this at the MFing COO on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that's where it will be. Plus at Mark Lobliner for Twitter, also X, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to just get right to this one because I found this interview amazing. I am so blown away with how easily all of these media companies and media, these people present themselves as news and informative, and they're all just cutting ads for these weight loss drugs. It's very interesting to me because this is how it felt with the jab in 2021, where every possible show, Good Morning America, This Morning, Good Morning Britain, all of the talk shows were all talking about how amazing the jab was. And then as it turns out, not so much. But this is by This Morning, and this is literally an ad for Ozempic. I'm just going to put that out there. They should have to disclose how much of an ad this is. It's quite wild. We're going to play it at 1.5 speed because I do not have a lot of time, but I did want to make sure that we got through this. So this is basically... let me pull it up here. This is basically I don't even know who the fuck these people are. And they're going to be talking to two women who apparently use this. Listen to how everything is phrased and wordage, and the wordage, you know? This is interesting, by the way. Today, I was reminded of how uninformed the average person is about the extent of the obesity epidemic. I even got my data straight from the NIH website, and they still wouldn't believe me. Welcome to my entire existence. Welcome to my whole world of sharing information and have people being like, that's not what it says. Like, when you tell me what it says, you're just a Trump lover. Like, what does that even have to do with how this study reads? I don't even understand. And I don't love the man. I'm going to vote for him because I'm not stupid. But here we go.
The users of the revolutionary generation of new weight loss drugs have reported feeling the same sense of...
A revolutionary new generation of weight loss drugs. These drugs are not that effective. They normally average to less than £1 a week for weight loss for something like $1,300 a month. So you lose about 3 pounds a month for $1,300 fucking dollars. That's not revolutionary. The only people this is revolutionary for is the profit margins of the companies that make these drugs. And of course, the doctors that get the kickbacks. We can't forget about them.
Judgment.
But why should people using a drug that makes them healthier ever be ashamed of taking it? To This Morning.
I call in point to matter. There's no proof that this actually makes anybody healthier. Like, none. There's no statistical proof that this makes anybody healthy. A vast majority of people, not majority, but a vast number of people don't lose anything at all or even gain weight on this drug. There are outliers that lose a tremendous amount of weight. Normally people that take it very seriously, change their lifestyle to begin with and everything like that too. But the average is 14.5% to 15% in 68 weeks. So when you think about how that is literally a year and 4 months to lose 15% of your body mass as a weight loss coach, likely one of the best there is, I would call that horrible fucking results. So that means basically if a 300-pound person spends almost $20,000 on this medication out of pocket, they're going to lose 45 pounds and still be morbidly obese, right? Still be completely morbidly obese. Not to mention that, as I covered earlier today, this drug puts, one of the basic principles of this drug is that it makes the pancreas make more insulin. So it is a drug that pushes hyperinsulinemia. And hyperinsulinemia is the precursor for Alzheimer's and cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Like, get there faster. It's Gila monster venom, for fuck's sake. Like, wake the fuck up.
Viewers who have no time for that are Sheila Hogan and Sarah LeBrock, and they both join us now. Good morning, ladies.
Both of you.
Can I start off by saying you both look fabulous?
Why lie to these people? You both look fabulous. You know, I'm nobody to judge. I'm like average at best looking, but you're saying that these people look fabulous? Why lie straight to their face? That's the bullshit I talk about all the time. That is literally lying to somebody's face so you appear as a good person. They both do not look all that healthy, to be honest. I'm just going to say that. Neither of them look all that healthy. Like, this drug made them healthier. The one is still morbidly obese with a weight to height ratio of, holy shit, you're in trouble. Like, again, like that's reality. The woman on the right in the blue, she is still morbidly obese and very large visceral fat deposit just by sitting there. And the other lady is still overweight, and it looks like her waistline is rather large also, and she's shorter. So why lie to these people? Why lie to them at all? It's crazy.
Very much so. Sheila, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about your story and your relationship with food.
Yeah.
You ate too much, got fat, lost a bunch of weight, gained it back, lost a bunch of weight, gained it back, lost a bunch of weight, gained it back, and then decided to take a drug that's made you lose weight, and now you think it's the key. Even though you showed that you could lose weight, you just failed to plan on how to keep the weight off.
So I have, for most of my adult
That is my guess.
life, yo-yoed with 6 stone on, 6 stone off.
Wow.
And I've probably
6 stone is 85 pounds for a small statured woman. So you have vacillated between losing 85 pounds and regaining it. So it's not that you can't lose weight. It's not that you can't lose weight. It's that you can't lose weight and keep it off. It's that you can't lose weight and still maintain your lifestyle to keep off the weight. That's it. It's not your genetics. It is not who it has nothing to do with the food necessarily. It's the foods you choose and the quantity you choose to eat them in. That's reality.
probably done that about 4 or 5 times. I've tried every diet known to man and woman.
You're on the most expensive fad diet right now. The most expensive fad diet ever is GLP-1 medications. It's a fad. And it's a very dangerous fad because it is going to be extremely bad for people in the long run, if you ask me. I know I don't know for sure, but I dare anybody to check my post history, especially on X, and say that I am not the fucking king of I told you so. The only person that is better at I told you so than me is Alex Jones. But from the COVID pandemic on and about public health, I'm the fucking I told you so motherfucker. And I am going to tell you that I just do not see how ingesting something with such seriously high side effects that by design makes the body and puts the body into a hyperinsulinemic state. And hyperinsulinemia causes Alzheimer's and all sorts of shit, and cardiovascular disease. I have a hard time believing this is going to be good for the long run. You're on the most expensive, dangerous fad diet fucking ever. Get there faster, people. To think we went through 2020 and instead of being like, you know what, I'm never, ever, ever trusting the healthcare industry again because they clearly fucked shit up badly around the goddamn world. People are like, yeah, give me that Gila monster venom I got to inject once a week.
And yeah, nothing seemed to work. And last year,
it all worked. You just didn't work to maintain it off. It all worked. You said you lost the fucking weight. It worked. You just didn't. What you did worked. You lost the fucking weight. You just didn't fucking work to keep it off. I'm sorry, that's not even arguable. That's an admission by her.
I was approaching my 60th birthday in January this year, and I thought, and I'd piled it all back on after losing it during lockdown. And I thought, and I'd had tests at the doctors. I was pre-diabetic. I was having lots of joint pain in my knee.
So in other words, you're eating like shit. So you lost it all during the pandemic, and then you started eating like shit again to become pre-diabetic, because that right there is ultra-processed foods, high sugar content reality.
I had lots of digestive problems.
Hang on a second. Andrea, I must have missed something and didn't catch a live, but Gila monster venom, GLP-1 medications are based off of Gila monster venom. Yes. You can look it up. It's a fact.
Problems. And I just thought, this is ridiculous. I have to do something different, and I have to do this once and for all for the rest of my life. I'm approaching 60. I can't continue to pile it all.
So once and for all for the rest of your life, apparently you couldn't say, I'm not going to eat cake anymore for the rest of my life because I keep putting this weight back on and I'm getting to be in my 60s. It's that you're going to inject yourself weekly with an extremely expensive medication that has high side effect profile, that 20% of the people that take it stop after 3 weeks because they can't take the fucking intense side effects. That, again, makes it so your pancreas just bursts out fucking insulin at high fucking capacity. This is your answer? This is low IQ shit. Low IQ shit.
all on, take it up.
Can I
you
ask
know.
a question? Sorry to interrupt. When you lost all that weight and the effort and the discipline that it took to lose the 6 stone that you're going off now, did you ever understand why you couldn't then maintain that and why it suddenly piled back on? Did it creep up on you? What was that?
Yeah, there seems to be like I mean, the research says that we've all got like a set point in terms of where your weight naturally sits.
Right.
And my set point
There's no fucking set point.
was obviously it had never got reset to the
Right.
lower weight.
Right.
So it
So it
was
just gradually would-
naturally just creeping back up. And you
No,
know,
it wasn't. It wasn't naturally creeping back up. Your weight, you didn't like eat the same foods and your weight just crept back up. You started eating more fucking food, you goddamn liar. My weight just started creeping back up like it was magic. No, you started eating more and more and more of very likely ultra-processed, highly palatable foods that had a lot of sugar in it because, again, you turned yourself into a pre-diabetic. I'm sorry, but that's fucking stupid. It didn't creep back up. You just started eating more. It didn't do anything. It is your body. You control your fucking body. Loser. Jesus fucking Christ. Make excuses like that, you stupid hoe.
I've got friends that have got, you know, a half a stone set point. So they might put half a stone on and then think, right, I've got to get it off. And that's the thing. Whereas mine was 6 stone before I even got to, you know, I've got to do this again. And there's a lot of emotion around that as
So
well.
you're approaching your 60th and you think, right, I've got to do something now.
Yeah.
And that's when you decided you were going to try or investigate some of the weight loss jabs.
Yes.
One more thing about set point. You really think that your body's set point is going to be an unhealthy state? Like, if you think that your body is so fucked up genetically that it is going to, like, the set point, the point your body wants to stay at is somehow an unhealthy state. First of all, if that's the truth, that is a recommendation that nobody ever have sex with you to have a child. Because why pass that on to a fucking poor, unsuspecting child? Hey, your body's fucked up because your mom's fucked up. Why do that? These fucking excuses, this weak-ass, pansy-ass fucking bullshit is insane. You're trying to pretend that your body was wanting to be 84 pounds heavier. It's so fucking stupid. If that was the case, like if it was just because your body just regained the weight, you ate more. You ate more. When you lost the weight, you ate less, or you moved more, or you moved more. Reality fucking exists.
I mean, I do follow Oprah Winfrey. I think she's fabulous. And I'd read that she had been.
You think she's fabulous? You think Oprah Winfrey's fabulous? You really? The woman who's friends with Diddy, Epstein, and Weinstein. You think she's fabulous? Somebody check that woman's browser history.
Taking the medication and it done well for her. I also had some diabetic friends who...
She's not just taking the medication, Oprah's selling the medication.
As a side effect of taking it for their diabetes, had actually lost lots of weight and were really, you know, healthy and fit with it. And so that's when I started to do the research. And I thought, you know what, I think, I mean, obviously there are risks with any medication, but I mean, I looked into it for me personally, and I felt, do you know what, the risks associated with it are far less than if I just carry on this obese journey.
So
the risks of the drug are far less than if you're left to your own devices, if you're left to your own actions. You're on the most expensive, dangerous fad diet ever.
did you do? Where did you find it? Because you didn't get your jabs on the NHS.
No, I didn't.
No.
I actually joined a program called Second Nature.
Okay.
And the reason why
here's the ad for the drugs.
chose them is because they were backed by the NHS and they had a whole program with a medical support team, digital coaches, etc. And I, obviously, if you put
if the drug works so well, why do you need a coach? If it's a miracle drug, why do you need a coach? If it's not the food, why do you need a coach? If it's just a matter of you need the drug for your genetics, why do you need a coach? I'm not saying you don't need a coach. I think everybody needs a coach, which, by the way, you can get mine and Crystal's coaching right here. Boom. Whoops. Nope, that's not it. You can get mine and Crystal's coaching right here. We have some slots open for our 4-month holiday season special right here. Please check that out. But if it's just the medication, if the medication's the miracle, why do you need a coach with it? If it has nothing to do with the food you're eating or whatever, why do you need a coach? Crazy.
Something into your body, you want to be confident that it's bona fide, it's not, and it's what you expect.
So it's one of the companies online that is approved to give out these drugs. You've got the pen that you bring. This is how you administer the jab.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit about that process?
And don't need to see this.
Just once a week.
Yeah, there is no
Administer that into your thigh.
on a week by week.
And let's have a look at this. Is the difference
Done 11 as it stands.
in how
right
many
now.
months?
In 14 months. I started last August on the medication.
And my question is, how does it make you feel? Do you just not feel hungry
Yeah,
anymore?
I just don't feel hungry. I mean, initially,
You can get that from No Morbidity and Alchemy, by the way. Sold at the Ambrosia Collective. Patented ingredients, clinically tested human doses, human studies on how they work. That's what I take. I have no physical hunger. And luckily for me, I don't have to inject myself with Gila monster venom.
until your body gets used to the medication, there was nausea.
Right.
But that soon wore
Is
off.
it a good idea to get your body used to a medication that has such serious side effects? Like, should you be getting yourself used to these very serious side effects? This is like saying, like, hey, I know you're an alcoholic and you keep getting hangovers, but you just keep drinking your way through that shit, and those hangovers will seem like nothing after a while. How fucking stupid is this shit? Like, what the fuck? How stupid is this shit? Like,
Yeah.
And then it's just, and the reason why I went for this was because I needed to eat with normal food. I mean, I've done things before where you use food packs and
Yes.
drinks and shakes and all that kind of thing. And I thought, no, that is not sustainable long term. It has to be real food.
but injecting yourself monthly with an extremely expensive medication, that's totally fucking sustainable for the rest of your life.
That I do this with.
Yeah.
So you've been listening to Sheila. I'd imagine that mirrors a lot your experience as well.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit of your weight experience and weight loss journey.
Yeah, so from a dietary experience, the same. I kind of tried every diet that was going. So any new one that came along, I was like, I need to try it. And I'd try it and I would lose weight. I actually went eat kind of one step
So you
further.
can lose weight. You just then stop eating the way you were eating to lose weight, and then you regain the weight because you go back to the old way you're eating. Every single one admits this. Every fucking single one. It's 100%. It is not a miracle drug. It makes people so nauseous and hunger so much that they don't eat. It is insane to think this is some sort of miracle.
And the fact that I went on a weight loss TV show about 12 years ago.
Did you? Which one? Can I ask?
It was called Fat the Fight of My Life and it was on Sky Living.
Yeah.
And this is where I was given a personal trainer for 2 hours a day for 5 days a week and then changed my diet. So during that time, they filmed me for about 9 months and I lost 8.5 stone in that period.
Goodness me.
And I
So
went from
you could
doing like no exercise to doing an Olympic distance triathlon at the end
Wow.
of the program. So
Whoa.
yeah.
So similarly,
Yeah.
Sheila, you lost all that weight.
Yes.
You've worked so hard to do
Yes.
it. What happens
Well,
after that?
it was after the show finished and I continued training really hard because I'd enjoyed the
Yeah.
exercise element and I thought, let's keep this going. Then my weight started coming back on and I was a bit like, what's going on here? Because I'm doing
You were eating more.
everything everyone is telling me. I'm eating less, I'm moving more. So I started digging into the science because I'm a scientist by background.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to understand why this was happening because I wasn't just going to accept it was just a moral failing of me.
Yes.
Like I felt like there was
It was.
more to this. So I looked into the science and like Sheila talked about the set point theory. I understood about that and metabolic adaptation. Which,
Set point theory is not science. Set point theory is not science at all. No, her set point would never, ever, ever, ever fucking be that big. Ever. Ever. What the fuck's wrong with you people?
which is where your body starts fighting to get you back to that heaviest weight. But it starts creating like making you feel hungry, craving certain foods, making you feel cold. So you eat to get warm. Like,
So you eat to get warm. She just admitted, she said she was doing everything the same and eating less. And then she just admitted that she started eating more. You guys catch that? When you coach thousands of morbidly obese people from morbidly obese to healthy weights, you pick up on those little things. She just admitted that she was getting hungrier. What likely happened is she indulged in something, didn't plan on the indulgence, and then that indulgence caused even a little bit more hunger, and then she kept eating, and then she got a little bit more hungry because she went back to the ultra-processed foods. That's the fucking issue. Set point. I went to the science and I studied set point. You realize how fucking stupid that made you sound. Jesus Christ. I checked into the science of set point. There is none. There is no fucking actual science about set point theory because it is human behavior that causes your weight to go up and fucking down. Period. You are in control of your own fucking behaviors. You are in control of yourself. It is called personal responsibility.
it does crazy physiological things that you can't control. And that kind of blew my mind. And actually, this is actually my fault. There's
Sure.
like lots going on here that I can't control.
So then for you about using one of these weight
Yes.
loss jabs seemed like an interesting sort of opportunity.
Yeah, because it's working on the physiological element of obesity, which we've never been able to do before. So diet and exercise, yes, calories in, calories out, that's the physics side of things. But when there's a hormonal imbalance going on in your body, it isn't that simple. And so what the medication does is regulate that hormonal imbalance in the gut and also in the hypothalamus and brain. So it stops you kind of feeling as hungry, it makes you feel full quicker, and it stops you craving certain foods as well. So it literally...
No, there is not a hormonal imbalance in your body. You are just introducing a mnemonic of glucagon. There's not an imbalance. You just fucking eat too much. If there was an imbalance, why could you lose weight before? If there was an actual hormonal imbalance, if it wasn't you just eating, you giving into hunger, you in fact would not lose weight. Like if it was a hormonal thing, this medicine would not make you lose weight. Like that is not the truth. It just blunts your hunger, and then your behaviors cause you to lose weight after that. This sounds so ridiculously dumb. Listening to these people try to pretend that this is some like amazing drug that literally is the everything for everybody. It's so crazy, especially because we don't even know how the fuck these people are going to be in 5 or 10 years from now. We really don't. That for all we know, they could all have Alzheimer's 10 years from now. Every single fucking one of these people who's on these drugs for the next 10 years, who has their body put into an artificial hyperinsulinemic state, could easily develop Alzheimer's 10 years from now. Easily. Because they're in a hyperinsulinemic state. That is a precursor for Alzheimer's. Get there fucking faster. Good God, people. So ridiculous.
Has changed my whole kind of feeling around food.
So Sarah, how did you get hold of the medication? Because I know
we don't need to go any farther than this. I did just want to cover this for just a little bit. We are about to go live for evening rants. We'll actually be talking a little bit more about Ozempic because we're going to talk about Robert Kennedy Jr.'s discussion on it here soon. But I hope to talk to all of you here in just a few minutes. If you're on X, I'll be right back in about 6 minutes with Mark Lobliner. We're going to be talking evening rants. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, please head over to Evening Rants YouTube or Evening Rants on Rumble. Hope to see you there. God damn.
Ladies, come here. If you want to burn body fat, not just a little bit, but a lot, I got the perfect stack for you. It's 3 products. Ember, which is a powerful thermogenic that you take in the morning, suppresses your appetite to a degree, and it raises your metabolic rate and have you burning calories all day long. Alchemy. What Alchemy is going to do is it allows you to eat those carbs in your meal guilt-free. It's going to take those carbs and burn it off as fuel, so you have plenty of energy throughout the day. Before you go to bed, you're going to take no morbidity. It's the best part of the stack because while you sleep, a deep, restful sleep, it's going to be burning calories, burning fat all night long. So you're going to wake up not feeling groggy, feeling refreshed, ready to go about your day. So we got you covered all day long. This is called the Holy Trinity Stack. And ladies, it's for y'all, for the queens.